Minnesota has played well at times in this young season, although they are coming off a disappointing loss the other night to the Orlando Magic.
At the top of the list, DeMar DeRozan, Zach LaVine, Anthony Davis, and LeBron James, but Towns and Anthony Edwards making their names known. But in any event, there's a lot of great players on the floor here.
Zubac, Bledsoe kicks it out to Jackson, and Jackson has it rattle out.
Senior Dave, very important to what they did last year in terms of being #1 in the NBA in three-point shooting.
Anthony Edwards, three, and that's a good sign.
Sir.
Able to get rid of the defenders and try to get it to Okogie. The Clippers come up with the ball. Clippers have not won a road game this season. You mentioned, Jim, all the road games have been played. Towns for three, a little bit too strong. Zubac corrals the rebound for LA. 5 turnovers now by the Clippers.
Late switch. Towns knocks it down, though. It's a good veer back by Terrence Mann. Karl-Anthony Towns, he's going to live in pick and pop against this Clippers team, especially against their drop coverage.
Justice Winslow coughs the ball up. Timberwolves on the run. Beverly finds Beasley. You guys have not been hit threes.
Yeah. Clippers showing zone, and if you saw the last game against Orlando, you know, to throw a wrench in things, but also against teams that don't have shooters on the floor. You say Malik Beasley's been struggling a little bit, and then all of a sudden, and you also say Taurean Prince has been struggling. But, you know, to throw a wrench in things, but also against teams that don't have shooters on the floor. You say Malik Beasley's been struggling a little bit, and then all of a sudden, and you also say Taurean Prince has been struggling. And Jordan McLaughlin has also struggled from outside the arc. I mean, Jordan McLaughlin is 1 of 7 on the season, shooting 14%, so why not make them try to shoot from the perimeter? Carl, just relax.
Terrence Mann went to the court, and Towns, he hit 2 straight threes and then hit a 2 on the final 2:44. Beasley connects from downtown. I mean, we just don't want it to turn into TVMA here tonight.
Yeah. It's he's all of a sudden 5'7". He's got 14. Towns trying to sling it on PG right there. Love it. Somebody was saying that as Karl-Anthony Towns out of the timeout can't get that to go. Closely guarded.
On the switch, Beasley guards Jackson, and he does miss.
Clippers have dropped off. They were #1 in the NBA last year in three-point percentage and free throw percentage. They are not there now.
Corner jumper won't go for Towns. And practiced a number of times last season. Paul George wins that battle.
Get on the floor.
Karl-Anthony Towns takes the basketball away. Look at him on the Timberwolves bench. Karl-Anthony Towns with Ant out of the game. Says cats can fly too. Look at him on the Timberwolves bench. Karl-Anthony Towns with Ant out of the game. Says cats can fly too. The Thunder, when they came back from 9 down with 2:44 to go, and they hit pretty much everything to finish the game. And now an offensive foul. The Thunder, when they came back from 9 down with 2:44 to go, and they hit pretty much everything to finish the game. And now an offensive foul.
It's been an incredible shooting display. 9 of 12 for Paul George in this game. 4 of 7 of those from three-point range.
Season high for him for makes from outside the arc in a game is 5. Jackson, it rattles out. So Clippers have missed 2 straight shots. Well, fans, you can watch Timberwolves basketball anywhere you go.
My Wednesday night buddies watching tonight here in Minneapolis. My buddy Dave Yarrow should carry this, and we've been.
And I asked him, I said, where does that rank in your athletic career? And he goes, oh, hands down, absolutely the pinnacle of his entire career. As Towns drills a 3. It's knocking on the door of his season scoring average, and we're still in the 3rd. Towns off the glass, no. Paul George comes down with a rebound. Paul George comes down with a rebound. Ball squirts free. Towns takes it. Towns.
Unreal.
And Paul George gives up the body. Was he in the restricted area? Paul George comes down with a rebound. Ball squirts free. Towns takes it. Towns.
Unreal.
And Paul George gives up the body. Was he in the restricted area? Paul George comes down with a rebound. Ball squirts free. Towns takes it. Towns.
Unreal.
And Paul George gives up the body. Was he in the restricted area?
The super big will play off, and then they'll have somebody smaller guard Karl in a switching situation as Jalen Webb knocks that down.
I mean, put that in perspective. The Timberwolves were 14 of 51 here against Orlando on Monday. Towns, with time winding down, can't get it to go. Towns, with time winding down, can't get it to go. And that's going to close out the third quarter. But what a quarter it was for the Los Angeles Clippers.
It's happened a lot in this game, and you know what? Credit Tyronn Lue for what he's been able to do execution-wise. Minnesota's also still trying to plug away and stay in the game.
Towns drills the three. Jackson.
Left to right crossover. Reggie Jackson.
Towns.
Why not?
That would have been big. Would have gotten into a 5-point game. Instead, the Clippers are going to get the ball back again.
George picked up by Edwards. Doubled for just a moment. Spins, fades, fires, leaves it short. Zoo was there, but couldn't hold on to it.
It's a 7-point game. Timberwolves have not gotten to the line a ton, but they are. Beverly defers to Vanderbilt. Towns an offensive rebound. Puts it up over George, no. Edwards the back tap. The Wolves are able to secure the basketball. Beverly defers to Vanderbilt. Towns an offensive rebound. Puts it up over George, no. Edwards the back tap. The Wolves are able to secure the basketball. 8 assists in the game for Pat Bev, who got the start tonight for D'Angelo Russell. Winslow will back it out.